Hello, I'm Jody Wolf, and you're watching Expoz. It is November 24, 2017, 6:42 p.m. Birmingham. Topic: Sessions took a giant step, and you're going to like this. So let me read it to you. And in the DOJ, Sessions took a step, and well, here's the title by QUIN HILLYER. Sessions put a stop to the DOJ, Department of Justice, bullish abuse of power. And if I can read it without messing up, I'm going to do that. If I can't, then try to read between the lines, if you will. Yes, Jeff Sessions really is making a difference at the DOJ. Is a new order curbing the DOJ's own power makes clear. The other day, a friend said to me that he figured Sessions really would be better off by accepting a write-in bid for his old Senate seat because he's not really doing anything as Attorney General anyway. I haven't seen any big success there. I beg to differ. I've covered the Department of Justice quite closely for more than 20 years and have seen that much of what gets done there, especially the bad stuff, occurs mostly behind the scenes. Under Obama, the DOJ became a cesspool of radical left politics and all sorts of skullduggery going on that's, well, just at the top levels, but at the middle level, it's just bureaucracy. I mean, anyway, please try to understand what I'm saying because I don't understand what I'm saying. All right. Sessions is steadily cleaning out the stables. What he isn't doing, or what he's doing, doesn't make the headlines, but it does make a difference, and it makes a big difference. So occasionally, he may be going in the wrong direction, as I noted. This is the article writer here. In my columns a few weeks past about asset forfeiture. But on the vast majority of the issues, Sessions is not just a breath, but a gale of fresh air. The latest example of many examples which future columns will also highlight improves the aforementioned order under the DOJ's own prior misuse of power. And this is going to come into focus here in just a moment. Guys, Sessions announced last week that he is ending the practice of having DOJ achieve what he called regulation by guidance. This was a practice by which the DOJ, under the guise of supposedly explaining existing law, that would send a guidance letter advising various entities of what amounted to new policies or legal theories the department would pursue, even if no law or regulation had actually changed. And this is the example that I'm coming to, and this is what you're going to like. For one controversial example, former Attorney General Loretta Lynch in May 2016 issued a guidance letter that effectively required public schools to permit transgender students to use the bathroom that corresponded with their newly chosen gender identity, not the actual sex organs with which they were born. Her letter also carried the implicit threat that schools failing to comply with the guidance would lose federal funding. So there's a threat. This man can go in that girl's bathroom and do what he wants, and you can't stop them, or we will cut out all funding to you. So there you go. Here's some more. Eliminating this guidance practice is a big deal. It was a way for the DOJ to bully large institutions or segments of society into adopting leftist cultural policies without Congress or even official bureaucratic rulemaking having changed a single word of application or applicable to a federal law. Now, when DOJ effectively threatens to sue an entity if it doesn't accept the new guidance, that's enough of a threat to force compliance in most cases without a single democratic representative process have been undertaken. So they had to do it, and they couldn't have anybody to represent them. They had to just do it. So Sessions' new memo explicitly relimits guidance memos to standard attempts to explain existing interpretations of law into plain English, just like what I'm going through right now. I don't understand it, except this part. While specifically saying that guidance documents should not be used for the purpose of coercing persons or entities into actions favored by some ideological cabal at DOJ. I'm glad he put that in there. The cabal at the DOJ. Now, you all keep hearing he's taking out the cabal. This is what Trump said he's going to do. There it is. Guidance documents should not be used should not use mandatory language such as shall or must, required or requirement to direct parties outside of government to take or refrain from taking action. Sessions wrote, except, of course, for merely regular or restarting already existing clear statutory language. So here's what it is. This new order effectively withdrawing one of the department's own improper powers from Obama. This is what he wanted. He wanted to mix them up, queers and transgenders and everything else. But this new order effectively withdrawing one of the department's own improper powers and is an example of the kind of careful and frankly humble approaches that Sessions is taking. Like judges, prosecutors, and DOJ should be applying laws that actually exist through Republican processes, not deciding on their own what they want the laws to be. Good for Sessions. He's limiting justice for the broader cause of justice, and it's good for all of us. The return powers of the people and to the people and our elected representatives exactly where it belongs. So Sessions is making a big difference, but a lot of what he's doing is not forefront. It's in the background, and you don't hear about it. Like this. I didn't know about this. I didn't read anything about it. I never saw an article anywhere. But I'm going to put in the box below there where you can go and read this, and maybe you can make a little more sense out of it than I tried to make it to you. And I know to you, you said, you dummy. Oh, it's not that, you dummy. Well, but at the end, I made sense, didn't I? This is good for all of us. Sessions is making a difference. And I'm glad to be reading some of it right here because I was dead set against a queer, a guy with a goober going into my daughter's restroom at school. Jody Wolf Expoz. Sorry, my granddaughter's restroom at school.